One, what do you wish at your 20s or like at 20 years of age today that you wish you knew?
If you ask me,
Number one, yeah.
I did not enter tech in my 20s. I swear to God. I swear to God. If I had known that tech, you see, within my 24, 25, I made huge fund of money. 10 million in Nigeria.
Wow.
I made it from doing business and some other things after just studying. I did not think about my future.
See,
brother, I bought a car. You know this you know Honda Accord. I bought Honda Accord.
Wow.
When it got to the time, they started according me. Every time I was going to mechanic to repair that car.
What up, my people? We are back. We are live. Did you guys miss me?
Only you.
Of course. You know what I'm saying?
Did you miss us?
I don't know about that, but
okay, you were not in the last. Were you not there? Yeah, you were
there. But I mean, it's been a while. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's been a while.
I don't think so.
Is it your while? I say it's been a while. You say, is it your while? It's my while. But how you doing, Tobi? What's good?
I'm okay. As always, I'm thriving. When I have a news for you guys, I will tell you. But for now, I'm thriving.
Living the life now and just. That's cool stuff. Cool stuff. Are you looking forward to summer though? Like.
Last week was summer.
Yeah, and then this week again now is back.
I don't even understand. As we say, this was
Berlin weather. Or Berlin weather. That's the problem.
Yeah, you dress up and don't ever forget your jacket. Always take that long.
Yeah. So it's like you wake up, you think it's gonna be sunny, right? And then you leave home with I don't know one shirt.
No shorts.
By the time you are coming back in. You return to freezer. So I mean, but it's all good. It's all good. We thank God for blessings.
Of course.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
But how have you been too?
I'm good. I've just been in like an interesting phase right now. Just have to focus on a lot of things. A lot is, kind of.
Is it time for me to say this too shall pass?
Yes. It will pass. It will pass. It has to pass.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, we're good. Living and thriving, like you like to say, no?
Good to know.
No, but all good.
Yeah.
All good on my side as well. To all the viewers, how you guys doing? Yeah, sometimes we don't ask. We don't ask that.
Absolutely.
No? Yeah, so we hope you guys are doing fine. We hope you guys are doing good. We are back today for another show, another episode with some great minds in the building. The Odogu.
Let me do the drum rolls for them.
All these spenders.
Yeah. So on my right hand side, we have Mr. Miracle.
Yes.
Miracle, no they tire Jesus. What's good, my bro? How you doing?
I'm good. I thank God.
Awesome.
It's really nice to be here,
Yeah.
Okay, and don't worry, it's not going to feel like a hot seat. We're cool guys here.
You're cool?
Yeah, we're cool guys here.
You're also cool now.
You don't think so? Do we not look cool too? Have we not?
You look, apart from you.
Wow.
You guys look cool. She looks cool. She looks very cool.
Of course, now woman. Now why she don't look cool? You try.
She looks cool.
Well, cool stuff. Good to have you on the show. Good to have
thank you.
On our left side, we have Mr. Ayo.
Yeah.
AY.
You like to go by AY, right?
Yeah, AY makes more sense. Yeah.
The short form.
Yeah.
You see the same thing.
I am spooning.
Okay.
Just the O is left out. But it's easier, right? So I'm happy to be here.
Nice.
I'm glad to be here. Let's discuss what is to be said. Yeah.
You like to talk.
I
like to talk.
Sometimes let me not be like a talkative. Yeah.
You like to talk because let's leave that. Don't make me spoil. But awesome. Today we are having an interesting topic that we want to look into, and that's why we have the two guests, right, to help us contribute to this topic. And it's something we call 7 things I wish I knew when I was 20, right? 7 things I wish I knew at 20. So first of all, the disclaimer, everyone you see on this seat, we're all above 20. So I personally made sure I confirmed that before they came on, just to be sure. Yeah, so because
but is it like 2020?
Above 20.
Your 20s.
Yeah, but we are above 20, so it's at 20.
Because I'm still in my 20s.
Why are you? Why
are you stressed?
What do you mean right now? What do you mean?
I'm still in my 20s. I'm very old, please.
Nobody is arguing with you. For those to whom it may concern, she's in her 20s.
Yeah, I'm in my 20s.
So because it's like you just want to.
No, I'm in my 20s.
You want to do advertisements that you are still. We know that you are still in town. You know what I'm saying? Like you're. Awesome. Okay, so I have an intro that I want to read about this topic, and so as you know, Onlyfacts would like to go into the facts, right? And so first, it's the fact that so in different stages of life, right? You're not privileged to have all the experience, all the knowledge, right? And every awareness that you need to scale through life challenges and struggles. So. It's always common, right? People would always think back into their past, their lifestyle, and trying to like question some of your actions, like, what are the things I could have changed and done differently, right? So on this topic with the guests, we are working, we're having like, 2 working class adults, above 20. I already mentioned that. So they have the experience and we just want to explore and like share the thoughts, on this topic. Let's get to the facts, right? So a recent survey conducted by the Financial Times, it says that over 75% of adults, right, who are over 30, they believe they made pivotal financial missteps before they turned 25. So I'm curious to see, if that's probably, if we share some of this, thoughts as well. So that's already telling us one of the angles is like finances, right? There was also a study that was done by Expedia, the travel company. They found that nearly 50% of individuals regret not traveling more or learning additional languages when they were younger. Yeah. So someone like me, I can relate. Not even 27. When we were in primary school, we had French.
We had French, yeah.
But I didn't take it seriously. And when I got to this Germany, when I got abroad, my high hope. I was like, I wish I paid attention to this language.
Were they even serious with us? Even our teachers, were they?
Yeah, they would do too late. Anywho, so that's something I can already look back to, right? So when it comes to, putting in effort into maybe, and like they said also like traveling more. So 50, like half of the people will say that, if they would go back in time, they would change that, right? And then the last one around like career. So data from LinkedIn, right, says that 60% of professionals, they wish they had pursued more networking opportunities in their early careers as well, right? So I think that's kind of like maybe where I want us to like, start from. We have those statistics, they're great. But personally for you guys, right? When you're just thinking about like 7 things I wish I knew when I was 20, right? I feel like maybe even before that, like I would want to start from like maybe what was growing up like for you guys. I think that would be like a nice place to start like this conversation from. So maybe you want to tell like, a little bit of like background. I think you both are from Nigeria, also, but what was growing up like for you? Like this guy smiling is like you're just reminiscing and like you're having some kind.
Or maybe you was born in golden spoon,
maybe you know what I'm saying?
In life you have to be happy. That's just it.
No, I love that.
It's good.
No, but Miracle, let's start with you. Like, so like what was the growing up experience up to 20s? I guess at 20 for most of us, like is university stage, right? Back in Nigeria, back home. And what was that like for you?
Okay, so for me, growing up was tough. To be honest, yeah. Not financially, but mentally and physically. Meaning whereby, because I lost my mom at a very young age.
Wow, sorry about that.
Yeah, so this made me to see life in a different way, because I couldn't have this attention from both parents, So I was the last of all children. We're 6.
Wow.
And my brothers, my sisters are already grown. I think my elder brother was older than me with 5 years. So 5 years, he doesn't have to play with me. He had his friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have to do things my own way.
And that was your immediate elder brother?
Yeah, my immediate elder brother,
Okay.
So I have to do things my own way. And everyone left the house. My father got married to another woman. And it was a bit different because, when you were being pampered before, and suddenly things change. It's a bit different. So I think I got into the university at 17. And another life started again because then I only wanted to do modeling. I wanted to go out.
So this is your bodybuilding. You've been at it for quite a while.
I don't say.
Chest big.
Macho man.
So I was seeing life differently, and I wanted to just do what makes me happy because when you were in your family house and you don't have that opportunity to do things, and you get to the university when no one watches you, and I was schooling in Ghana then. So in Ghana, it's far from Nigeria, so I have the opportunity to do different things I've not done in a while.
This is different.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So freedom. So what was in my head was meeting with friends, going to club, doing modeling. I was also into the football team then.
Oh, nice.
So I was just saying life is like enjoy it now because now you have the opportunity to do that. So it was
that was your mindset.
That was my mindset.
Were you everyday clubbing, everyday
Well,
partying?
I believe they say the friends you have will either change you
or make you,
like you said. So, and it's true. So the friends I had back then was a little bit different. I was not going to club every day. I still have cool friends. I still have, you understand? Yeah. But most of the time, like during the weekends, we want to chill. I want to, see fine girl. You want to do things then. So that was it for me. It was just about fun.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
Interesting stuff, all about fun. Okay.
Yep.
But did you also were you very studious? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what was school like in Ghana? Because I know this period also when lots of Nigerians were going to Ghana to study, right? I don't know what it's like. I don't know, are Ghanaian schools very, do they drill you as much as, this is not a Nigeria versus Ghana topic actually, but I'm just curious to know what was the studying part like? So,
is it like a private uni or a public uni?
It was a private uni.
Okay.
Even the public unis in Ghana are really better.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I'm a Nigerian, but I don't know about now. I'm only saying back then.
Back then,
back
the experience was
that was 2013. Yeah, 2013. That's when I got into school. So it was a bit different because we don't have things like autism there. We don't have other kind of things, but lecturers are always doing their best to make sure you learn.
Yeah, you learn. Okay.
Right from time, people say I'm smart, though. But the thing about me is, if I want to do something, I make sure I do it. So even if I'm partying, I do not forget why I'm here.
Yeah.
So which was that was actually where I wanted to drive down to, right? So I did know quite a number of people that they could party from today to tomorrow. But guy,
when it's time,
they know that book.
When it's time.
And one of the things in school then is you need to know how to actually, because if you're behaving like this guy, that if you sit down just 30 minutes with all
when results come out, you will carry over.
And so that was why I was curious to also understand if you were also maybe still studious, but also you wanted to have fun and just enjoy life.
Probably because I know the family I'm coming from. Now I have a stepmom, so I have my dad, and they pay a lot of money for me to go to Ghana. I have to learn. It's not a choice. It's not a choice. I have to learn because I know I had a dream, but still yet people around me, but that did not stop me from learning.
Right.
So that
cool stuff. Ayo, I'm curious, what was your own growing up experience into your 20s?
Right? Okay, for me, I think first is that I was quite fast with many things.
Okay.
I was fast with school. I knew I left from basic 4, got into secondary school at a very young age, got into university.
But did you? So you said basic 4? Did you mean like primary?
I mean primary 4. Primary 4, yeah.
Wow.
Got into university.
So
15
you were one
years
of these
old.
people that they were just
pushing. So you just pushing you ahead. You understand? And for me, I never had. There was no thought of what would happen. You understand? I just left by what I'm saying. I was just living my life by what I'm saying. I wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I wasn't that good either. But I was just there. I'm flowing with where the breeze takes me to. You understand? So I got to university, 15 years old, quite the youngest.
Which uni was that? I'm curious.
Ambosali University in Ekuma. Wow. And you know how Ekuma can be during that time at 15. I got there at 15. Afterwards, my life just changed into doing what I liked. I think I ventured into acting within church. I started also politics in the faculty. I knew I was intelligent, but I wasn't really giving my all for school itself. You understand? Because I felt no matter what, I will graduate, and that's just my thing. I wasn't like, I won the first class and everything. And there was no... I never had the thought that would this actually affect my future. So I was just living it how it goes.
So in the now,
right? The present was just my focus, and I felt okay. My parents were not that rich, but I think they were doing well with how they are. So probably I would do well with how I would be. Eventually, you understand. Not until I did that. Exactly.
When life showed you shaggy.
Oh my goodness.
This is quite interesting. So for me though, like I mean, I feel like my 20s, like growing up, I was someone who like lived to the very high sense of like what I wanted to do in the future, and which is quite divergent from yours, right?
Exactly.
So I didn't grow up like with this. I would say like living in the moment, let's just like whatever, right? I was very like, I don't know, like, you know, what am I doing? What are my goals? You know, like, where do I want to study? That sort of thing, right? I always, like, even coming abroad, I always had like the dreams of like, you know, I was going to like go abroad, like, you know, do my masters abroad and stuff like that, right? And that dictated like the way I also like lived my life, you know, like during those years, right? And in which case we're all here.
I mean, for me, it's more similar to his, right? Like, my parents just say, okay, this is the primary school you go. I go here. Secondary school, you go here. Uni 2, you go here. So I was not looking into the future. I'm like, okay, my mom is a nurse. Initially, because she's a nurse, I said I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. So I'm like, okay.
But you didn't know what was. You didn't know
science class. I went to science class. I failed chemistry and physics. I'm like, okay, this is not pack my lunch. Go to commercial class, and so I did not necessarily even know what I wanted to do in future. And I had one uncle that said, okay, you will be a lawyer. So I said, okay, maybe it's law. That I did jump. It was not up to the cutoff mark for entering law school. So I don't know.
It's at that point you start realizing that this life, maybe you need to start giving yourself brain.
Exactly. And I'll add to that, like when you talk about like profession, it was just, even for me, it was like my parents just wanted you to do law at the time. And I think, I don't want to say if I reflect, I was lucky I graduated when I could do the law. But then I imagine some people that might have not been able to finish it. You understand?
Yeah.
So that was the kind of life, because my life when I was younger, I wanted to act, I wanted to be I wanted to be behind cameras, and I was really good at that. Let me tell you a story. When I was quite young, I was acting in my high school, and then my counselor saw that I was very good. So they wanted to, I don't even know this KKB show.
I know that show.
So the counselor fought for that to get me inside this KKB show, and came to my house to talk to my dad. My dad brought his koboko, he's a military man. You know what koboko is? Like a rod. Like this rod. And if this man said, you want to take my son to do shit? Like, that was how bad it was. And he came back inside to deal with me again for even bringing for bringing the counselor to his house. So that was how strict my dad was, that he just wanted me to be this lawyer. I want a lawyer in my family. I want a doctor.
You're gonna give it to like Nigerian parents, man. Like, bro, like who does that? You chase someone come and deal with the child.
You've not
for
seen
bringing somebody.
No, man.
Yo, but this topic,
God.
like I did know like a couple of people as well, right? Luckily for me, not. I don't think like my parents like necessarily dictated like for us and my siblings what to do, which I think is cool because I feel like parents find like you still need like that guidance from them,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
To be able to say, okay, this is nice, this is what is happening now, that sort of thing,
True.
right? But I mean, I've seen a lot of people who have like just wasted potentials, right? Just because they had to go to uni to study, I don't know, 5 years, something that their parents told them they had to do, right? And in uni those days, you'd be like, yeah, you see someone like in medicine, like, bro, like, I have no interest in this stuff,
Yeah,
man.
because
like,
of my parents.
Just,
so,
my dad is a
yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
And he wants me to take over his doctor practice or like, you know, I don't know, the hospital or something like this, right? Or in law as well.
Yeah, that's
right?
the truth. And if it happens within 20s, you can imagine how the person starts fixing his
How
life.
do you begin to fix your life, you know, in the later years, right? And I think maybe this is one of the, like, maybe interesting places to start from, right?
That's true.
So, number one, right, I want to see, I mean, we've already, like, covered, you know, already, like, kind of, like, this topic of, you know, deciding what you really want to do for yourself, right, in your 20s. That's, like, how I would see this, right? And rather than saying, okay, maybe parents deciding for you. But I don't want to speak on your behalf, right? So I want to go straight, direct to the point. Number one, what do you wish at your 20s or like at 20 years of age today that you wish you knew?
If you ask me,
Number one, yeah.
I did not enter tech in my 20s. I swear to God. I swear to God. If I had known that tech, you see, we need to follow the trend of life. You're laughing, I'm telling you. We need to follow the trend of life. And techs are skills. Our parents were only seeing doctor, lawyers, all these things, but they were not even saying skills. Even mess and skills. Technical skills, these things are very important. My brother, at this age now, I started learning data analysis. After 2 weeks, I noticed that it was not working. My brain cannot carry it again. Bro, my brain was not carrying. But I knew myself, if I was in my 20s and I started data analysis, I would deal with that.
Sharp dude.
But I will deal with that thing. Oh, God.
The best.
Did they pay me? It's paying me. Serious matter.
Yo.
You know, I'm seeing 22 years old in my workplace dealing with tech, earning thousands, and I'm here like this, and I'm looking myself deep. Well, I won't say where I am in fact, but it's quite. I wish I had that knowledge at that time.
Yeah.
This is one knowledge I wish I had. Second knowledge I wish I had was that within my 24, 25, I made huge fund of money. 10 million in Nigeria. That time. I made it from doing business and some other things while after just studying. I did not think about my future. I did not think about my future. I was going to club, chilling. See, brother, I bought a car. You know this you know Honda Accord. I bought Honda Accord. When it got to the time, they started according me. Every time I was going to a mechanic to repair that car. Brother,
And spending money.
My brother was already out of the country that time. He was telling me, Ayo, don't you think? I said, what am I going to do? By the time the money was finishing like this, my head, I came back to my right senses. I applied for Canadian visa. 2 weeks they rejected me. It's like the person did not even look at that application. I said, this guy want to Japan. That was happening. Brother, we are faster.
You got to begin the hustle again.
Baba, hey, God.
Oh my God. Bro.
Oh, geez.
So you're telling me though, so if you had like the knowledge you have today, if you had it then, with 10 million naira.
Imagine.
In 2000 and what did you say?
This was 2015.
2015.
Even the exchange rates there was quite strange.
What would you have done with it? Like, what would you, if, like, now, if you, I mean, 10 million now is not the same.
It's not the same that
but
time.
still, like, let's assume you have, like, what would you have done?
That was why I would have learned those technical knowledge.
Right.
Invested in that.
So to have gone for like a course,
to go for this courses
boot camp or
improving my knowledge on this thing. Then I can start sorting for jobs abroad. And that would have been easy. I see a lot of people coming from our country, Nigeria, now through jobs, with IT jobs. And I'm here at that time doing lager. You cannot see what I'm saying.
For those who don't know, lager is warehouse.
Yes,
so you're a warehouse worker, moving and pushing
things and everything. And they tell me their stories, and I'll be like, where was I?
The reason why I'm laughing, he's talking like he's pointing to me.
Really?
Because he came with he came asking, man.
He came direct also with a job, right?
He came with a silver spoon. That's
what you guys call them, right?
Yeah,
so like those who came directly like to start a job in Germany. Like, listen, like these are like really interesting points, like that have been mentioned here, right? Number one, wait. So the second one was the money part. What's the first?
Tech.
So tech, right? So learning like
skills.
like learning skills, right?
No, learning trending skills.
Trending, exactly. Which was your point, right?
Trending skills.
So going with the trend, understanding like what's the next thing?
That in 10 years, you know that
you're relevant.
It's still relevant. See,
I agree.
I don't want to talk too much. Law.
That's why we're here.
I finished law, brother.
Yeah.
With a 2-1 at the law school, they were paying me 35,000 naira. That's less than 100 euros. A month. What are you saying?
After law school.
Were you doing charge and bail?
My brother, I was not doing charge and bail. I was not doing charge and bail. The painful aspect is that you have the brain, but nothing is coming.
Yeah.
That's painful. If I knew I was dull, then I would accept my fate. You understand?
Wow.
But you have something to give, and nothing is coming in return. That was where the depression started. I knew that I need to change my condition.
But it's good that you actually woke up from it and like you made that decision to like move.
To move.
Yeah, but there are some people that are still stuck in that.
They're stuck in that, right?
Some people don't even know they are stuck in that. That's funny thing.
There's one. Some people don't even know how to.
They don't even know.
They do. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Interesting point. So on one side, skills, on the other side, management, like money, and maybe we come to miracle here, right? What are some of the things for you, like you would say you wish you knew at 20?
Some of the things I wish I knew at 20. Well, I have two things here.
Good.
I don't really know how to put it though, but the first thing I would say, it's I wish I had known God better than now. So
who would have thought?
So the thing here,
I know, right?
My brother, I knew God. I knew God, brother.
He's giving you bad boy bad.
Who would have thought?
Yo, we didn't see that coming through, right? Like,
no.
But like you said, fine boys love Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about it. Okay, but no, please go on. Yeah.
So the thing here is, I wouldn't say at 20s I didn't know God. There's a difference between you being a Christian and knowing who God is. There's a difference. So when I started understanding who God is, I think that was 3 years ago, and I started understanding the promises He has for us, for me. Do you understand? I'm not talking about religion here. I'm really talking about myself.
Yeah, this is which is fine.
So I started understanding the promises He has for me, and I understood that He has given me dominion over all things. I started thinking, then I can be better than what I am. Who I am today. Now, this took me back to when I had opportunities back then. Now, second thing I had to do was I had to change the group of people I move with. Now, when you want success, you have to move with people that are successful.
Absolutely.
And that is it. So I said, okay, second thing I have to do is people around me. I came to Germany. I started working in Amazon, the first thing. And after 2 months...
Which is another lagout.
This is another lagout.
Yeah.
So the first thing I said, my guy, you know if they do this thing, it's not possible because I had knowledge in tech. I wasn't that 100% good, but I will count myself as good. Then I said, no. I started meeting people. A lot of people, like, let's say, I met Chris, I met my brother, I met a lot of people, which I felt, if these guys can do this, why can't I do it? Then I started. So the two things I would say is, first thing first is God. Second thing is the people that has helped me to be where I am today.
Yeah.
So, if you have the chance, what you're trying to say on point number 2 is that you would go back to change like your cycle.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right.
Yeah, because I wouldn't say I'm doing well than most of my mates. I wouldn't say that, but the certain level which I am now, I could prove to myself, like, even if I lose a job today, in the next 5, 6, 7 years, I'm fine.
Like, you good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You're solid.
So this is something I wish I had known. Imagine, say I know people like you, people like you.
You know, you can't. If you know me that time, not you.
No, not you that time.
Nothing.
You did now.
Okay, I thought you said you want to know me that time. Nothing to my brother.
Like you did now.
Okay.
I don't know you that time.
You want to know me.
What you say? You
I don't know anybody.
This guy. Imagine say I know you where did that time. The way you like this that time. And I get people around the way they say don't support me all the way. Man, I want to be in Germany now.
True.
Where's better than Germany? I'm curious. Where would you
No,
be?
there are a lot of places. I will have an empire by now.
Elon Musk.
And that's how it's supposed to be. You understand? So I know the people I knew today. Yeah, life would have been a little bit better for me. So, for example, I came to Germany, and I noticed people around me were doing lager, and I had this mentality. I want to make money.
And you came? Was it like a job search visa?
No. I came through school.
Through school.
I studied here. I studied here, and I was paying.
Because you were saying you came with a direction.
We thought.
I said, what in the point?
We thought.
How long?
So it's not civil.
It's not
not civil. So I came
also
here
with school.
in 2 months.
Nice.
I left, and people that were there, I met, were doing this job for going to almost 2 years.
How long did you do? 2 months.
2 months.
Me do 3 years.
You were lager supervisor at a point.
They promoted you.
No, you get PhD for
And
that.
that's why I said this one was not too much.
So I told myself, see, I cannot be doing this. Then I started meeting people, and I noticed that most Nigerians and let me not put Nigerians because I'm close to Nigerians. I'm a Nigerian.
Yeah.
But let's say most people that are not Germans, they come here and they all look for an easy way out. Easy way out means maybe they get married or other ways, just to get the document and also do it and be established here.
Yeah. Which is not to say, I mean, people people find love and they get married, right? So
different choices.
just a disclaimer there, right? So this is nothing against someone who is
that's true. That's true.
Go on,
You're right. So when I told myself, I had a lot of proposals of people telling me, man, this is the way to do. This is the way to do. But I told myself, no, I came through school. What I'm studying cybersecurity. This is something I know. When I finish my university, the market is hot for this.
Yeah.
I can actually do better than what people are talking about. Then I have to change that circle of people that were telling me go this direction, and I have to move to this other direction.
To the ones who were doing working students and internships.
Not even working students, the people who are already established that used their job to get what they wanted here.
Yeah.
So then I left Laga and I came here. And since then, by God's grace, it's been really good for me.
But you did finish your studies though.
I did.
Right.
I did under 1 year. I finished my master's and I got a full-time job and
nice. Did you do any working student job? So when you left the Laga, you came
immediately.
Right. So which was my point, like, so you moved from Laga cycle to people who at least knew to tell you, like, listen, you can also work in a real company, right? Yeah.
Sure.
That's interesting stuff. And the people you have met now, so if you knew them in your 20s, like, what impact do you think they would have on you?
A lot. Right now, I can tell you I have 2 businesses back home. I'm trying to establish a company here. It's already registered, actually, though.
Awesome.
But if I knew these people back home, Imagine right now.
That would take.
If we don't be,
We'll be competing with you.
if we don't be millionaire, I'll be billionaire.
By God's grace. But imagine how it is.
Bro.
So that's
It's
it.
never too late. It's never,
Which is something. So I mean, I was going to come to this at the end, right? But it's also interesting to mention now, like no matter where like you find yourself right now, right? It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Right, that's something I'm still trying to like bring out from So even though like all of the things we're saying, fine. Some of them might sound like regrets and like I regret not like I haven't learned like this skill when I was in my 20s, blah. But the point is, it's never too late.
Yeah.
Right. It's never too late to learn that skill. To change that cycle of friends. To know God more, like in your case, right? It's never ever too late, right?
Yeah.
So we have 4 points. We promised our audience 7. So we have 3 left.
Okay.
To add with what they said, I think that basically covers the same point of having that somebody like a mentor and asking questions.
Exactly.
And
So that would be point number 5 for you?
it works together. Like ask questions. What are this? That was basically what I did not do when I was younger. And even my first time entering here, I never did that asking of questions also. And like he said, it makes sense because he said the group, and I was with those group that was laggard. I was with laggard group, But the only difference between me and those that were in laggard, some other people in the laggard group is that, or even some person they also had the same idea that we had to focus on where we were going to at the end of it also. But I think it's very nice that he has pointed that part of always ask questions. People just say, oh, we just do it and you're not there, you're not asking. Because people will tell you, if I had known the truth, exactly. Because when I even speak of this tech and skill, during that time, there was not even a thought of it. Like it's not like I knew and I did not do it.
You didn't even know that something like that existed.
Information not there.
Not today.
There was no update.
There was no
And the
update.
people around you were not even doing
They're not
something
doing
similar.
something like it. So-
Yeah.
No, it's like Tobi is she's a
I
pain.
know, this tech team.
Speak your mind. Talk to me.
Explain me. I wish also I had a mentor. I mean, the people, as I said, my mom, nurse, my daddy, accountant. So that's what they were all more focused on. So maybe they wanted you to do science, another child do accounting, another one do economics. And even me entering uni, I did economics. I didn't even understand what the economics I was doing was. I was just reading to pass. And I struggled. I got like the 2-1 that they wanted me to get. After that one, I still did not know what to do. I mean, the friends I had, it was, I don't know if they were thinking of the future too. So it was another kind of advice they were giving me. I was kind of stubborn. I wish maybe I listened to some of the advices because I cannot talk too much, but some of the advices would have worked for me. Like I have some regrets that I wish I never did. I wish I never followed some people because I've done some things that like even in future might still affect me. But I wish I had someone that was elderly, not my mom, not my siblings, like somebody that was like knowledgeable to advise me, go this path, go this path. And
this stuff is very, very important. It's very, very important. I think, and I put that as number 5, which is this point of like mentorship, point of like, like related to number 4, surrounding yourself like with the right circle, but also in terms of, people who are like ahead of you, who have seen, who they've not just been through like that phase, but they also know what is going on. They know like this trend you talk about, right? They are seeing what is happening and they can like put you like in that right direction. And I was lucky to also enjoy like a little bit of that growing up. I have like one cousin, like, salute to this bros because like some of the things he would usually say, like, when I was growing, because he lived with us and, and he would be like, he always told me, be like, Bukky, he would say, pain and pleasure. There are 2 inevitable things in this life. And you have to choose whether it's pain you want first or pleasure later. Or pleasure today or pain. He would tell me these things and in my head I would just be like, I gotta take the pain now, bro. Like, learn whatever I need to learn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and some of these things, like, they go a long way. Like when you have like people who are like, there and like trying to, of course, like for some of us also is like, yeah, or for some people is also like you said, like maybe people also told you stuff, but you just never listened, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And which is fine because you wanted to live the life and just do all the things, and whatnot. And then now you're 30 and you're like, bro, like, where do I pick it up from, right? And that's fine because it's not that you didn't have those people there. It's just that you didn't listen.
Yeah.
Right? So we call it juvenile delinquency. I think that's the English.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, but part of why we're doing this is also like for people who are also like in their 20s, right? Like you can reflect on some of the things we're saying as well, right? And trying to see, maybe what would you like change, in terms of how you're viewing life and seeing life right now, right? And I think number 5 is a good one, also like mentorship, reaching out to people, asking questions, you know what I'm saying? I also have something like in that regard, like even for us, I also came as a student to Germany, right? Yeah. It was the same. Lager. We did my flat. Oh my god, my flatmate, man. Shout out to John, that guy. We started with Foodora riding bicycle to deliver. Bro, like don't even let's start. This guy, when he started, I said, I cannot be riding bicycle on
in winter.
What are you telling me? I said, make car come and jam me for road. Bro, like a month later when I saw what my account balance was saying.
You ride that bicycle.
Yo! I went to sign up. Sharp. And a month after that, he left me in that job. What did he do, Tech? He was spending every night. This guy would be in the room. Laptop. He studied the electrical. Is it electrical? What did he even study? From school, and so he already has like some of these basics, right? But and what really like was a breakthrough for him when he realized that the WordPress that he knew that was something that was marketable here. And that was the first job he got that took him out of this delivery. He didn't even do lager. What I was saying, me, I went on from delivery to lager.
You were promoted.
He didn't do lager. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, like, boom, calculate 1 or 2, say, and that was like, and for me, like, this tech stuff, like, let's be honest, like, I also, like, back in uni, I think there were also, I did mechanical engineering, so there were, like, lots of opportunities to start learning coding and all these things, some guys were organizing to try, but I'm like, my head, no data stuff, man, like, this old coding stuff.
Should stay one side.
It's not for everybody.
It's not, and I'm like, I wish, but to be honest, like, I have no regrets. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, like, I work in product management. I love it. It's like my people skills and like what I love to do, I still enjoy it, right? And I was lucky there's like a whole long story also behind that in like navigating my path into entering like into product and stuff, right? But I'm happy that something like that also exists even in tech as well, right? And like you're also able to move like with this, with this trend we're talking about. But one thing I was going to add as well, now it seems like I'm talking a lot, but I hope you guys like my voice. But what I was going to add as well, like, so on one side, like trends, tech, IT and stuff, but not just that alone, but there are also other skills, like you mentioned, right? So, and I feel like, because this mentality of like, which I don't blame, it's like most of our parents, right, from Africa, that's the thing, you're either like a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer or something, right? And like these days, outside of tech, like even in the creative industry, so many people are doing like awesome stuff, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like so many people are like, breaking boundaries, like, just like photography, doing, I don't know, like
DJ
travel,
makeup.
DJing, and these are things that have brought people like into the limelight, really created like a lot of success for them as well, like in their lives, right? And the question there is always, are you like sticking to this, like mentality of, this is what I am told to do, right? Or like what I have to do because my parents said I should do it, right? Or am I trying to like plug into the trends, right? And seeing like, what are the things, that are like, how do you say, like relevant for the world, in years to come, right? And I know that, I can leverage on those things and, really build a successful life, for yourself.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, not just tech, definitely. Other areas that you can look into. And like what she mentioned, the trend also. So it's not just tech that brings the trend, like we said, even social media, using doing a lot of people are making money now, influencing. From I even saw a video where somebody was like introducing the boyfriend to the parent, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And they said, "Okay, I'm an influencer." Oh, wow, that's good. That's people are like, "Okay, this is it," because this award is actually making it now. You understand? For the now, and things are changing. You understand? So it basically works that way. Even for myself, like when I say tech, I never did. At the ending, I'm not really into tech. I'm into privacy and the legal aspect of privacy. When I started tech, this data analysis, I wanted to do that. Brother, I did it 3 weeks. Me and my friend, we were planning together. I would say, okay, we'll be monitoring ourselves. You understand? He will call me and say, "You have you entered the 4th week lecture?" I said, "Yes, so I'm there."
But
at the time, I just told you, I said, "Brother, this is not for me. Tech is not for me." But that's the good thing again, that you need to know what works for you.
So I was getting to that point.
So don't follow the everybody's
not
doing
about
this.
right?
That was what shifted me into looking at, okay, what is now working? And I had my legal knowledge.
Like how can you apply?
How can I apply this? I saw privacy in Europe was really booming. I asked questions. I saw, this was a good side. I said, this is good. I started looking for a second master. I got my first master's degree. I started looking for a second master's degree. It was paid. I paid 5,000 for the second. My friends were like, "Bro, why are you spending 5,000 for another school again after the first one? Why don't you just go and do a simple course just to extend?" I said, I will never do that just because I want to extend my stay. Instead, I do something that will be profitable.
That you know that.
I know that when I got into that course, I started investing again money into learning my work itself outside. I spent nothing less than 4,000 in investing myself. I showed my friend one day the amount I paid for my paper. I said, "See what is going on for my account." He looked at me like, "But you have this money, I just train it out." I was doing lager then, I was still doing lager. Doing lager, I was attending interviews. When I noticed interviews were coming, I noticed things were changing. In my first master's degree, I applied for more than 100 jobs. Nobody called me.
Lighter.
Unfortunately. But when you say thank you for your
like that one I know. Like anytime I apply for any job and I just see they're taking me.
Unfortunately.
Just know.
So but when the interview started coming, I knew that things were changing. You understand? Surprisingly, the job came. You understand? The job came from that. And at least I knew what was trending. I knew how to tackle it and get myself in that particular space. And the result came out. You understand? That's
at this point you mentioned about like finding like your safe zone. Right, so which is not just jumping on things because people are doing it, but also knowing like what is. I mean, because fine is on one thing to say, okay, I want to go into IT or into tech or whatnot, right? Or I want to go and be an influencer. But if you don't have the natural, like, I don't know, like, just like someone said, like, I don't have the head for like writing code, so I don't have to kill myself for that. But like in your case, you studied law, right?
Yes.
And you found like a way to connect law still to like tech, right? Which is this privacy
thing.
Going
not really, because it's not really tech. I wouldn't say it's really tech. It's still the legal aspect of it. The technical aspect of it is the cyber security side. So I'm from the privacy side, the legal aspect of it, which makes sense because we work together with this tech with them people. You understand? So it was good I found that way also, and it worked fine.
But your point was being like, I mean, there was like this boom of like, privacy, GDPR, like all of these
GDPR
things,
came into Europe and everybody's GDPR, and we had less people in it. And like I tell people now, I say, if you are also wise now, you can already start moving into AI. AI regulation is already coming in. That's the next thing now. So you see a lot of things that can bring you into
interesting. So we promised people 7 points, right? I think we're 5. So we need 2.
I would say I wish I knew not to compare myself with somebody else. Like maybe my friend was doing makeup and that's not my interest. And because I see that they're making money in it at their 20s, I want to do that particular thing. I feel like I should have looked for my own interest, and like I'm copying them or I'm comparing myself to them because this is their own interest, and I can see that they're making it in that route. And I feel like it's possible for anyone to also miss it in this, like that particular age, because you feel like, okay, somebody is doing it and I can do it. This example of tech is not for everybody.
It's not.
Yeah. So it's not because you see everybody doing it, then you now do it. Yeah. So that's one example of something I have missed.
So in which case, there's also a part there, like understanding like where you want to go, like, and sometimes knowing that what you're seeing other people doing in the short term might not even be like for you have like a big picture. You know what I'm saying? And your big picture is like your long-term goals, and that might even require you to like, you know, to stay with something else, right? And not catch up with that thing that people are doing. I think you were making like one point something in that direction.
Yes.
For example, you came to Germany and you're seeing everybody doing lager, they are driving car, and doing whatever. And if for you, and again, like the number of times we mentioned lager on this episode, we are not against working in a warehouse, please, just for disclaimer, right? It's always just this question of like, where do you see yourself? What do you want to do? There are people who are making an honest living, right? Working in warehouses and like, you know, doing whatever, like that's good. If that is, you know what I'm saying? Like it's about for you, like as a person, like what is, you know, how do you really like see yourself, right? Like where do you want to position yourself? You know what I'm saying? And this is like to your point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you see some people like, they're already making like in the short term, right? Because I think you were saying something. Yeah, I remember now exactly. So you were saying that you came in, you had a blocked account, for example, right? And you could have used this time, for example, to learn like German language, to do all these courses you wanted to do. Whatever, because you didn't really need this extra cash. But because you saw people like jumping on jobs and like making money, and you were like, "Yo, let me make this extra cash."
I said I want to make extra cash. Like, and you know, the funny thing is that I became a pro in it. You understand? In working in all these jobs. You understand? And then I look at myself because I've been here for almost 5 years now, and I look at myself in those periods. What did I really achieve with all those money?
Where is it now?
Where is it, my sister? I don't know. Like I don't even know where it is. You understand? And you just want to follow people because of what they are doing. And this also like more in my 20s. I think let's take ourselves back because like in Nigeria, people just get money, but you don't know the source of that money, and you just want to be like them. And you know the funny thing is that people are looking at you. The community is saying, "Where are you? Where these people are now? Where are you when they are making their money?" Nobody cares about what those people are doing. You understand? And because of that, I've seen a lot of people that are falling in that trap. I fall in it in a little bit because it didn't work out for me. Maybe God pushed me out not to do those kind of things. God actually pushed me out because it didn't work for me. I won't lie. I did some of these things that are not really good. You understand? And when God wanted to punish me, they stole like all my properties that I made from this illegal, a bit of this. They stole all my property. I felt that it was a lesson for me to focus on something else. You understand? But that time now, I've just wasted the period of my life. What if I had focused on my own growth? It would take time, but the idea that you have something you are looking at the future takes you and give you what you want.
Absolutely.
So, number 7, I think we've covered like quite a number of things about like career, like making like choices about mentorship, right, and stuff. Do you have?
Don't jump into relationship.
I see you.
Let's not miss that.
I see you.
It's very important.
I was going to give number 7 or something else, but I prefer that actually.
Don't jump into
Tell
relationship.
me about it. What am I missing here? You see Shege Pro Max.
Actually, like, it's just... sometimes you might be naive and like see people around you having relationship and all those things, and you might not know too much about girly things or some like hygiene things that you're not meant to do in a relationship, and then it messes up your I don't know, organs or whatever it is. So don't just jump into a relationship. Don't just make like decisions are not good. Some people got married at their 20s. It's good for them. I don't know. But some people, like, I don't know the data or the statistics behind it. Maybe they lost the marriage because you're still getting to know yourself at that particular age. So don't just rush into like, okay, this is time for a boyfriend. Focus on yourself.
Yo, you guys heard it. Focus
on yourself also.
On yourself. But did you guys think, I mean, I don't know, like when you guys started dating, right? Like in your 20s, like are there things you would change in your dating? This your home is really good.
I cannot talk too much.
Talk. That's why we're here, bro. But I'm curious, just like on that note, right? Like are there things you guys think you would change when it comes to dating? Like maybe just in general as well, like exposure to, I don't know, like this I don't know, like to sex, to like, to what have you, right? So everything around like this topic, right? Do you guys think like in your 20s you would, or like at 20, right? Some of us that's in 20s as well, but at 20, so which is like many years, ago from now, would you have changed certain things, maybe in how you approached dating, right? In how you maybe got to know about like, topics around.
For me, I think it's not about being 20 when it comes to relationship. There are different things we need to explore and we need to communicate. So when I was 20, when I was 21, 22, I was just there for various reasons. Not to settle down or not to even get to know you better. I was there to chill. You understand? To be honest, because I'm 20. I don't have a job.
Exactly.
I'm trying to realize. I'm trying to realize who I am. I don't even know who I am.
You don't know who you are.
Do you understand?
Exactly,
So you wouldn't expect to build a life around that person at that time. So even here, the mistake we make as even more older people, it's that we are stuck in the moment. Like I met this girl, for example, and we are together and we keep on doing the same thing every time. We don't go on vacation. She don't even see. Women really want to explore. Forget about sometimes they might not tell you, but they want to go on vacation. They want to see new things. It brings out the excitement in relationship. But most people right now, go to work, come back. Go to work, come back. Or if you're a Christian or if you're any other thing, you go to this place and you come back.
A religious home.
Yeah.
But I think that's way more. So I think based on the relationship, when I was 20 back then, I wouldn't lie to you, I can't change anything because at that
You
age,
enjoyed it.
So you wouldn't change anything about like your relationship life, like
no,
okay.
I wouldn't.
If you ask me,
Okay.
I think for relationship that time was just because my guys had relationships.
Same thing.
In the early 20s was just because Michael has girlfriend. Tobi, I had a friend. Tobi, he also had girlfriend. And I was there, no girlfriend, you understand? Or no relationship. And it was more peer group focused. Like I just wanted to be involved.
Just to have
You understand? And that's one thing I would say I would have not done if I am now. If the idea I have now, that I had at that time, I wouldn't have done that. Because it was not necessary for me per se. Other people might have it, but for me it was not necessary.
Yeah.
I think the intention is one of the main things. So my intention was wrong. That I only entered into this relationship because my guys were into relationship. We just wanted to have fun of this relationship, but there was no focus goal on the two parties. So for some people it works differently. The two heads have their future plan. They know what they are working towards. At 20, me and the girl I was, we are not working towards anything. We're only working towards the bed.
So to your point, like you would like probably be more intentional with your dating life if you could change.
If I could change.
And do you think that would have like affected where you are now, like dating wise as well? Like, I mean, how do you say like you would have been better off?
I would have been better off because if we were intentional, then there will be growth in the relationship. There will be boundaries. So you will learn a lot. You understand? Lessons will come up. But if you're not intentional, then there's no lesson.
Awesome. Yo, like we're running out of time, guys, but this has been a good one. Has been these 7 points, like I really hope like all our listeners and viewers have like been able to pick out like really important, like salient points out of there. But before you guys go, I have like a list of questions, like just a few of them for you guys. So like kind of like just trivia stuff. Number one, what do you miss about your 20s that you wish you could continue to do more of? Well, for whatever reason, it just maybe like now it's like I'm too old for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like at 20, like.
For me, my 20, like I told you before, I was acting in school.
Okay.
I was into politics. I was just halfway in every of these things. I was just in a little way. I did not enjoy my own life. So there's one thing I want to still say. You understand? There should be balancing. You understand? Have fun. also. But at the same time, while you're having fun, be intentional about your goals.
Yeah.
And this is what I missed, you understand? I didn't have that too much fun.
Oh, you're having fun now.
But I'm having fun at the later stage of life. When I'm supposed to be having fun then. And now I'm supposed to be thinking of how I want to build this, my family, how I want to start. Now I'm having fun. It's like it's a regenerated fun. So let's not be saying, okay, you need to be focused on this.
Yeah.
You also need to have that time to have fun, meet people, create relationship, not just girlfriend and boyfriend, also with friends, and all this.
Okay, because of time, this is to the rapid fire, right? Rapid fire question. Just give me one word, one sentence answer. For you, what is it?
For me, I think back then I never had responsibility like now.
So people that you are sending money to.
We all know this.
Good.
Yeah, that's it for
cool.
me.
For Tobi.
That be life. It's just life. And then now I have to think of making money and all this.
So which is also responsibility. Okay. For me, it would be like getting money from my parents, actually. Which right now is the opposite. So we have to give them money. Okay. This is kind of related. Like, do you have any favorite memories from your 20s? Quick. Favorite something? Yeah.
Favorite memories.
Enjoyed my uni days, actually.
You enjoyed your uni days,
I enjoyed my uni days.
I think it was basically my acting time when we moved from university to university.
I think I back then I was into music.
Okay.
So I think it was when I went for Nigerian Idols.
Whoa, you were I didn't know I'm with the star. Give me one.
I don't pass.
But still, you were there, bro. But that's a good one.
When I started comedy, I did not blow.
I also enjoyed I was playing like saxophone, and also I enjoyed like all my music things as well. Do you have any worst memories from your 20s? What are some of your worst memories? Anything significant?
I think my worst memory was the same time when I made that money and I was not intentional about moving out or doing something. And when I wanted to do it, everything became so. I did Canadian visa, rejected in 2 weeks. Did US, rejected. Like, what's going on?
Life is after you.
Life was after
so which
me.
is cool. Okay.
So I think that was my financial.
Financial life, not being smart when you manage money. For you,
I think almost the same.
Okay. Too. Also money, financial money. Okay, for you?
I really don't think I have any regrets.
Okay. I'm not saying regret. So for me, like I lost my dad at 20, actually. So this is also not a good memory for me. Last question. Okay, so take $1 million today, right? Or go back in time 15 years from now to be younger, with all the knowledge that you have today. What will you choose?
I think someone else should go first because
$1 million. $1 million.
Yeah, or go back with all the knowledge you have today, 15 years back.
My brother, the past is not guaranteed. Give me my $1 million.
So you're taking $1 million?
I'll take it. Yes. I will not look back. If I take it now, I'm already in my 20s.
It's never too late.
Okay, rapid fire.
I've already said this is never too late.
Okay.
I will take the money.
You take the money
I
too.
think
Okay, what
I'm not thinking twice.
Do you know what you can do with the knowledge you have today?
How many knowledge?
We don't want to know.
I know, but keep it.
The past.
The past is the past. Let me
just now.
You know what I will do with the $1 million to make my future?
To make your future.
No, the
$1 million.
Okay, actually, I'll do $1 million. Yeah. I'll do $1 million. That $1 million, there's a lot of upside. Anywho, thank you guys. It's been an interesting, amazing episode, amazing discussion. Miracle and Ayo, or AY, like you prefer. Thanks for joining us today. It was nice learning all of this interesting things about like growing up and like, contributing like to this topic, right? And to all of viewers, let us know, right? What are some of the things you think you would change, right? If you could, or things you wish you knew at 20, right? That would have been different for you. Let us know in the comments. As always, please engage, like, subscribe. Share the video on Spotify. Share the links with your friends. Let us know how you're liking these topics, So we want to keep improving the content for you guys. So let us know, give us some feedback. And what else? Until the next one, right?
As you always say.
Like I always say, drink water.
Yeah, mind your business.
Stay safe. Stay safe out there. There's a lot going on right now in the world, a lot of news and stuff. But we do really send a message of like hope and peace to everyone. And we're looking forward to the next one. Until then, see you guys later.
Bye.
Peace out.